Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. I would like to talk to you in this video about your power. And before I get into the dynamics of what I'd like to talk about, I'd like to explain to you what I mean by your power. I mean by saying that your ability, your capability, your potential level. Are we living to the fullest? Are we grabbing hold? Are we shooting for our highest and greatest good? Are we reaching our true top potential level? Well, most often I can say this with confidence that many of us are not. And I believe it's due to the fact that when we're young, we're oftentimes taught to give our control and power away. We're taught to need things, and we're looking for immediate gratification or a response quickly. And become very impatient over time. We're almost taught at an early age to be smart, but we don't use our wisdom. For example, many of us are always constantly looking for something outside of ourselves to help cure ourselves or help ourselves in some way. For example, if you have a headache, automatically you'll grab for an aspirin, when you yourself have the ability to relieve the tension in your head by doing a few things that would relieve that headache without having to take anything. By simply massaging your temples in a circular motion, and doing this very deeply for about 10 or 15 minutes will relieve the pressure in your head and most oftentimes cure that headache. By pressing on the pressure point between your finger and your thumb and holding it down and pressing there for a good amount of time will also relieve the pressure in your head, and you will relieve yourself of that headache, that pain that you're enduring. But we're not taught that, because it basically comes down to most big corporations and in humanity, they want us to be dependent and rely on certain things. So we automatically start to give our power away. For example, again, if we want to lose weight, we go to a weight loss program. And now 98% of us know that weight loss is directly connected to our intake of food and the amount of time we exercise and how much we rest. So we've been taught over years what to eat and what not to eat, but yet we will pay someone to give us a structured way to lose weight when we ourselves can do that very simply. We, in fact, have made weight loss programs billionaires, people who run them, billionaires. And then when we don't go to that program any longer, we gain the weight right back up. And so when we do our own empowerment, when we regain our power, when we take it back and we do it ourselves, there's nothing more enthusiastic, motivational, or inspiring than to empower yourself. We all know the healthy foods to eat, but we'd rather someone tell us to do it so that we can attach to their opinion of that, even though we know it ourselves. We would gladly pay money to have someone else tell us to do something that we know we can do ourselves. That is what I talk about with most of my clients. We oftentimes are giving away our power. And over time, that depletes our energy. It makes us almost helpless. And we become a society that's looking for immediate gratification, for instantaneous response. And we become impatient. So of course we're going to grab for that aspirin. And we're not going to massage our temples or the pressure points within our hands to relieve that headache. We feel that right away taking that pill is an easy way out. It's a quick fix. And we've learned to do this over time, where so many of us now are depleted of our energy, where we're constantly in need and relying on external sources to give us what we can do from our own internal wisdom. We've become dependent on certain things, and this is how addictions happen, and this is how people lose their way and their potential level, because we are so giving out our energy constantly and our power. We give our emotional tank, our mental tank, we deplete it to all of our past experiences and the things that we feel we need, rather than filling it back up again, taking back control, and feeling as though we did this for ourselves. As I said, Self-empowerment is the greatest motivator. When you yourself do something on your own because you wanted to do it for you, it will oftentimes allow you to stay in that empowerment. But when you give your power to something else or someone else, it now owns and controls you, because every time that that experience comes back, you'll be reliant on that. So it's so very important that you become powerful, not powerless. You have to look at every situation as either it feeding you energy and making you feel better, filling your tank back up again, or depleting your energy, making you dependent and feeling a little bit more sad. Every one of us each day gives away our power to our past, to our relationships, to our job. We give it to any physical ailment, any emotional burden. We're constantly giving our power to it. We're feeding it with our own power. And then we wonder why we're drained and exhausted. We wonder why we're depleted. And that, over time, will then create physical problems. Our body begins to become clogged, and it becomes to feel, heavy and burdened. And then the end result is we create a medical condition. That is all due to us not regaining our power and depleting the tank so low that now your body has no other way but to show you there's an issue. It has to then manifest a physical ailment to show you, hey, something's wrong here. So when you become empowered and you take your power back, when you feel this enthusiastic sense of personal growth, that you took control of any situation and you accomplished it and you achieved it from your own will and your own strength and your own ability, that fills the tank back up again. Now, oftentimes we're in situations that are depleting. We oftentimes give our power to a death. Let's say, for example, someone that you love dearly has passed. That automatically begins to drain our energy, and we give it power because we're mourning. We give all of our energy. We deplete our mental, our physical, our emotional. We feel as though we're just empty. And it takes time to replenish that energy. So what I suggest to most people, in order to become empowered and fill that emotional tank back up again, you need to do things that actually do that for you. So for me personally, I love nature. I could spend time in nature and after feel so full, feel so rewarded with a full tank. I can do anything with animals. Animals just feed my energy and they help me to feel better. Anything that I can do physically, like working out or walking or riding a bicycle, these are the things that replenish the energy and make me feel empowered. Now, I may be something different for you. Obviously, it will be. But you want to look at how many things in your life that you're dependent on and how much that we are giving out of energy. How many experiences in your life are draining you as opposed to how many are filling you. It's so very important, if you want to live a healthy life mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, that you keep that tank at a high level. So what I also suggest to many of my clients is that you make a list of that which fills you up, that which makes you feel empowered, that which makes you feel like you're in control of your own life. And begin to do those things each and every day, knowing that by doing them, you're now going to bring yourself to a balance, or even at an advantage where your energy is higher than the depletion. And I will say to you, many of us who do spiritual work and healing work have seen depletion in people's bodies by their energy centers, their chakras, the 7 energy centers in the body being shut down. And so we can, by empowering ourselves, keep these energy centers flowing open and easy. We can see them bright and really powerful. And when an energy center within the body is running perfectly and open, it cannot sustain illness or anything bad. And each one of those energy centers holds a different part of our life and an experience that we are here to learn about or that we have in our lives daily. So by keeping these energy centers open, by keeping the tank full, we will automatically live a healthier life. We will start to experience more joy and more peace in our lives. We'll have more abundance. We will have created the life that we want. But as you allow yourself to be dependent on other things and you allow this tank to slowly be depleted by giving your power to everything, we oftentimes will, in a breakup, we give the other person the power to control our destiny. Yes, we're sad, and yes, we could be devastated and hurt and bothered, but how much energy are you allowing to be depleted out of you? What will then happen? We become depressed, anxious, exhausted, frustrated. And that lasts a long time because, again, as humans, we've been taught to do that, to give our power. When in fact, that experience spiritually is allowing you to learn to build your self-worth, to encourage yourself to move forward, and to empower yourself. So if we can shift the perspective and see those experiences as an opportunity and grab onto them, then we will begin to fill the tank up. And if we don't, it automatically will start to deplete. And then we will start to experience, like I said, health issues. And none of us want to experience health issues. I know that. Most of us want to be, young and stay feeling fit and happy and full. It's so very important for us to maintain our power. As you experience your daily routine, I promise you, if you stay attentive, you'll notice just how many things are zapping you of that power and taking away your energy. It could be a sad story. It could be an unsettled situation. It could be a loss or a difficulty. And especially in the time that we're all living right now, so many of us are walking around depleted. And health issues started to create for many people recently. Well, that is because the tank is run dry. Think of it almost as a car. We fill the tank up and we're excited because we have a full tank of gas and we don't worry about where we're going or how much we have. We just keep going and we don't have to concern ourselves with it. And the car runs beautifully. As it starts to deplete in the tank, as we start to see that dial going down, we start to worry a little bit more. Like, ooh, I only have this much time before I have to get more gas. And we keep going until it gets to be a very low, almost on the E. And what happens at that point? We stir up all the gunk in the tank and we start to clog the filters. It's detrimental that we don't let our tank run that low because as a car, you will clog the filters and eventually there'll be some kind of problem that you'll have to fix. It's the same thing within us. As we keep that energy very low, we're irritable, we're frustrated, everything annoys us, we're impatient, we're so not ourselves. And when we fill that tank back up again, we go back to that sense of normalcy. We go back to feeling good, inspired, encouraged. So why let your tank run low? Take back your power. You don't need anything to sustain the life that you want. There's no medicine, no therapy, no help, nothing that you need. Whether you choose to do it or not, that's up to you. And people will oftentimes say to me, but I need. Well, as soon as you say that, then you're giving yourself no power. You're taking away your power and putting yourself down in a dead-end street because now the help that you're searching for, you're going to be dependent on. So many people come to me after years of therapy. I'm talking about 10, 15 years of therapy. And I say to them, 10 or 15 years? You spent 15 years of your life in therapy. To me, there's something wrong in that. In fact, the clients that I see for counseling, I will only see for a short amount of time. I will not allow them to come for years. That's just not going to happen. My job is to turn people's shoulder, point them in the direction that they need to be in, help them to uncover their own gifts and their own lessons, and then send them on their way to do it. Life is precious, and the urgency of time we don't realize until we're actually stricken with something that makes us realize it. So every day, fill your tank back up. Take back your power. Learn how you are capable of doing everything that you are now contracting out to everyone else. You can make yourself feel better. You can make yourself heal. You can help yourself get through any problematic situation. It just takes your will to do it. And believe me, there is no greater feeling than being empowered. None. And when you do that, you will not want to look back. You will not then offer your power to anything. You will feel fulfilled and you will feel inspired and encouraged. And that begins healing within yourself. And now you'll see as your energy becomes more and it becomes heightened, How many other good things in your external life have turned around and become better? Because we are energy and we vibrate at an energy level. So whatever level that you're vibrating at is going to attract the situations that are around that level. If you've depleted your energy and you're in a low vibration and you are just resonating at a low energy, you're going to bring low energy situations around you. That's what happens. It's the law of attraction. But as you heighten it and become empowered and encouraged, as you go out there and prove to yourself that you are capable and able, and that you are now rewarding yourself with your own ability and will, you will start to bring abundance and higher vibrational energies around you. It's the way it works. So please, each day, fill your tank up. I would oftentimes, years ago, I would make a little inspirational, motivational book that had a 30-day plan in it. And each day, I would put in that 30 days in advance, I would put in an event or a circumstance or a situation that would allow me to feel empowered. Something that would fill my tank up, and I had to go and do that each day of that 30-day period. And at the end of the 30 days, you just feel so good. Because in the chaos and the craziness that we all have to endure in life, this was what took me away and helped me to now fill that tank and feel like I wasn't empty. I do that every so often, and I would suggest that if you feel depleted right now, if you feel like your energy is low and you're not capable, or you feel like you're giving away too much, then that would be a good way to start. Make yourself a 30-day plan, and each day, plan it now, and each day in the future for the next 30 days, put in there something that you feel will make you feel good, fill your tank back up, give you back energy. It's so important because that's why our physical bodies age, that's why our health depletes, that's why we go through the negatives that we do. Our energy attracts energy of like. So we want to stay empowered. As you learn that you can do anything, that you don't need anything, you will start to become the empowered soul and no longer ever visit victimville anymore. I trust that you'll understand this because so many of us out there are screaming and hoping and wanting something to lift us up. It's not going to come from an external source. That's immediate gratification. It might help for a moment. But one feeling that lasts forever is when you love yourself and show yourself how capable you are. That will change your existence forever. You will feel wonderful about you. And that is what fills the tank back up mostly. So please go out every day and do something to fill your tank back up again. Try to release or cut out anything that is depleting your energy. And when you feel the need to grab onto, hold on to something, join something that could help you, stop yourself for a moment and think, can I do this myself? Am I able to do this? And if you say, I can't, or I don't know how, or no, then you are living as a victim and you are going to deplete your energy. So yes, people helping us empower us a little bit. They really do. And they really do help us to get back on track. But if you become dependent and reliant on it, if you're looking for immediate gratification and a quick response, then you're not doing the work yourself. It's time for you to be that powerful person, that inspiration for yourself, and to feel like you don't need anything, that you just want to experience life through self-empowerment and self-love. And I tell you, you will change your life instantaneously. No longer will you say you're tired, you're drained, you can't. You will start to say, I feel great, I will, and I am. Those are the expressions of an empowered soul. So please, check this every day. Give yourself a motivation to look around you and get rid of the depletion of energy and take back your power. Learn that in any experience that you have the capability within your soul to change it, to mend it, to cure it, to heal it. And I promise you, if you do it, you'll live a life that you've always dreamed of. So I thank you for listening. I hope that this inspired you just a little bit. Please know that you're greater and more powerful than you even know. So give yourself a chance each day to see that and feel it. I love you. Please check out my website at heavenshealingguidance.com. If there's anything you need, please reach out. Thank you so much. Until the next video, please take care of yourself, be well, and God bless you.